You are the maverick.
Yeah,
Yeet. Dent the universe.
yeah,
Yeet. Do it different. Yeet. Deliver us from Chloe. And that will conclude our Maverick meditation. Welcome to the Impaulsive Postcast, the official Impaulsive Podcast wrap-up show. Oh, that felt good.
Yeah, I'm a lot more relaxed. I feel like I can, really live my life to, my full potential, which is kind of been a struggle for me.
Yeah, I've noticed that actually, and it's good. So I'm Ryan.
And go ahead and just relax. I would maybe throw yourself into a happy baby pose right now, or anything that's comfortable. You can lay on your side. My name is Zachary, and thank you for being here.
We are brothers, and we are also we are Paulologists, meaning we study the Paul brothers. And like I mentioned, we are brothers too, and so that gives us an edge on the competition, and we have a sort of insight into the Pauls that no one else has, and so we feel it's socially responsible of us to basically report our observations on the comings, goings, and talkings of the Paul brothers.
And that's right. As in addition to brothers, in addition to Paul, just students, we are also educators, and that's what we're doing here: is educating you, the listener. And thank you so much for being here. If you don't know what brothers are, think Brothers Garcia, think Jonas Brothers. There's countless others brothers.
Smothers Brothers.
The Wright, Orville and Wilbur Rettenbacher.
Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, I just stole. Shout out to one of my first favorite podcasts, Mike and Tommy Snacks. They actually made the Orville Wilbur Rettenbacher joke, so I stole that.
It was a really good joke. I was wondering if you wrote it. That's some golden material.
I mean, I knew when I heard it, I was like, "This is fucking."
Nah, JK. I actually.
Okay, I really liked it.
I'm gonna put in my headphones, folks. Let me hear this. Hello. So yeah, if you're watching this, you know that we've been slacking a bit this week, but at the same time, Logan Paul released fucking 4 podcasts and a vlog.
Yeah, clear the content. He has been fucking jazzing about how much content they're going to be putting out soon.
It's too much.
I mean, it's back to like the normal amount. I mean,
true. I mean, I guess he had a daily vlog, and so that was like not even weekends off, and we had 5 videos a day. But these are 45-minute podcasts, often an hour. So this is way more minutes total of video for me to consume and dissect.
Well, let's go down the line and say what we've missed out on. First off was the ASMR artist. What was her name?
That was the shortest one, Makenna Kelly. So I just want to tell the audience, like, I have like 6 or 7 pages of notes here, like, from all these episodes. So I took So the ASMR girl, I was pretty psyched about that because I had seen her, Makenna Kelly. There was a video that was trending on YouTube about a month ago or 2 months ago from Buy Money Hubby, I want to say his name is, the username of the guy. And he's basically like, kids need to stop doing ASMR. It's creepy. because Makenna Kelly
What's
is...
your stance on that?
I agree. If you watch his video, I mean, if you watch McKenna's videos, there are a few where she's like being super sassy.
Right.
And in this Pay Money Hubby video, his whole point was that sassy is a stand-in for sexy, because you can't say, and that sassy in general, acting sassy is synonymous with acting sexy. Like, oh, what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah,
you know,
what you gonna do about it, big boy? You gonna come over?
Yeah, because he focuses on the one video where she's like a police officer, and she's just being really, really rude to the guy she pulled over, and like sexy and rude. And I would say, yeah, it is weird, but I would say also, like, there is a thing in ASMR right now where people are like, whenever they role play, because it's a big thing in ASMR where you have to become a character for like a half hour and just talk quietly. It's what you say isn't even as important as how you say it.
True.
And so you just have to jabber for a long time, and people love being characters. And for some reason, it has been a trend. Not just her. People love being sassy characters. I've seen Tony Bomboni do a bunch of them.
Yeah, you
Shout out to Tony.
You've admitted to liking the sassy character of his.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget which one.
It was a sassy DMV person.
Yeah.
It was really funny. Did you get your paperwork? Those aren't the right ones. Okay.
Yeah, I got pretty into ASMR like around this time last year. I was pretty heavily like immersed in it, and I like really enjoyed it. I still do. I still watch a handful of ASMR artists, but there was this one specific role play for me that really just did it for me. It was GB ASMR GB, or is it GB ASMR GIBI? She's got maybe 2 mil subscribers, 2+, and she did this ASMR that was like checking in at like Gringotts Bank, like, which was like a Harry Potter, like the bank at Harry Potter, and she was just like the clerk, one of like the elves. She did a great job, and I was like very like.
Were you paying attention to the storyline? Like what she was saying and stuff? Or?
Yeah, I was. But her storyline was actually pretty good, and she does a lot of like prepping for her videos, I would say. I mean, there's
think a lot of people do write scripts. People do write scripts.
Well, getting back on subject.
Makenna. Yeah, her mom writes her scripts. Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is crazy, and you wonder. She said her mom at one point. Her mom said that Makenna, who will say everything. Let's just do Makenna 101. She's 13. She's a ginger. And the video was called 13-Year-Old Whispering Millionaire. And I did a little research, and it said she only makes $1,270 a day. And so this other website estimated that she's only really made $150,000 as of yet. Although we can't be sure that she didn't get like some other brand deal, but like from YouTube views alone, she's not a millionaire. I think that maybe Logan was just using hyperbole, because that's what Logan does, is like basically flaunt how much things cost, because that's like pretty good clickbait on YouTube.
Right.
So yeah, pretty annoyed with that little factual blunder. Possibly could be real, They said they were doing brand deals, so.
Yeah, I bet you she makes more than 150. Maybe not.
Yeah, her screen name is Life with Mac, and Mac stands for her name, Makenna, but also meaning, acceptance, and kindness. 1.3 million subscribers on YouTube. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, she's a 13-year-old. Her mom writes all of her scripts, and her mom said she makes more money than her. So, is it how many? Oh, she said. I mean, they might have been lying, but at one point he said, "What's your demographic?" And she said, "I don't know what that means." Early's like, "You don't." And then her mom was like, "Mostly girls 18 to 25-year-old." So there's this idea that because she's a young girl, that there's all these like old man creepsters watching her, and that's why she's so popular, is because she's basically like doing a like loophole version of like, I don't know, creepy, not like child porn, but like sexy child videos.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean,
what could be considered a precursor to
it's just sexy kids, which is just like, I don't know. It's like,
right. Some fucking creep wants to watch like a fucking little
and I'm
kid.
sure it's happening. I'm sure that's happening.
Oh,
but
yeah.
She said
I almost don't believe that was the
that was the demographic. I know.
I think that's what they fucking tell people.
I know, right? Like,
and because like didn't they? And because they said the stepdad was there too, and they're like, oh yes, like you're not worried about like creepy dudes like watching this, and they were like very definitively like, no, we're not worried about that.
Yeah,
it's like, I mean, of course they're gonna say that because their fucking 13-year-old daughter.
Because they got at least $150,000 for doing this last year,
right? And they don't want their daughter
sassy
to know.
Videos do better, then they'll do more sassy videos.
I wonder what if they did straight up say like, yeah, like, hey, like to like their daughter, there's some really creepy men that are watching your videos. Like, do you think that would be enough for her to be like, I don't want to do this then? I don't, you know what I mean? That's a really weird kind of like.
I don't think so.
You don't think she would stop?
No, because I think she.
I don't think so either.
Well, it's weird because she said she began it not because she liked ASMR, but because she saw ASMR was popular. So I was gonna say no, she loves the game, but maybe she doesn't love the game. She loves the YouTube game. She wants to be an actor. She's not necessarily devoted to the ASMR arts.
She said she wanted to be a teacher also, but
oh yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's move on to the next interview. Unless you had something else.
I'll just say there was like some funny things where Mike got really sportsy and he was like, let me ask you a question. When you get your braces off, do you think that's going to affect your game? It was like really sportsy. I like that she edits. I respect her for being an editor,
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite quote from that episode was, do you have any gingers you look up to? And she was like, no. And then, any gingers you look down on? No. That was a good one.
That was a question. Whose question was that?
Logan.
I didn't remember that.
The whole ASMR montage at the end, they did like a 10-minute thing where they were just like playing with foam and like chopping up sand and stuff. That was great. I gotta say, that was one of my favorite parts of the whole podcast.
It was good.
It was funny. Moving on to Tuesday's episode, which was a fucking bonus, annoying, but turned out to be one of the juiciest.
Yeah.
Scott Evans from not Access Hollywood, now just Access. Never knew that.
Well, I think that's the YouTube version of it, basically. Or like Access Hollywood is no longer a thing, so that's just Access on YouTube or online.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't fucking know. But
very juicy. What do you want to say? You want to summarize the whole thing? Because they were going to do a 2-part episode with ASMR girl, Makenna, and this guy on the second half, but they're like, this is too big. We got to blow it up into 2 eps. And this was a full-on hour and 5 minutes or so.
I mean, basically, Access came in and did an interview on him. Did a 20-minute, I think it was 20 minutes interview with...
I want to say, anybody seeing this is fake, this rash. It's a fake rash for it's movie magic. It's just makeup for something. It's not a real rash. I realize
everyone
might be
was
distracting.
Very concerned about that, which I'm sure, like, if anyone's watching that, they're probably
they probably were like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, they definitely were.
Okay, sorry.
So, yeah, Access came and did an interview with Logan, and then afterwards, they were going to do have one of, like, their correspondent crew, who was Scott Evans, come on and onto the podcast as a part of the second half of Makenna Kelly, but it was just so long. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know, right off the bat, this whole interview was like very interesting because it was the first time I've seen Logan really like, he was a little bit nervous.
He kept saying like, I don't trust traditional media. Traditional media hates me, etc.
Yeah, he
So
was very
this
much
guy
like putting
was a
him. He was
representative of the traditional media, even though he was just one guy.
right, and he was putting him kind of. Yeah, he was pretty aggressive with it. Like, you know what I mean? Where there's some periods of time where you were like, wow, like this is getting juicy.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think um, this guy, he was cool. I think, I don't know, do you have any favorite parts?
Um, I don't know. I mean, there was a lot of good parts.
There was one part where he was like suggested that Logan take a year off or 2 years off of doing anything.
That was
the
the one
internet.
thing that I was gonna say. That was like the only thing that I could really,
Yeah,
like, that really stood
and
out to me.
yeah, I think that I saw in the comments other people were saying that this was the line everybody was talking about. Um, the guy Scott Evans was like, "You're being fed off this energy exchange with your audience," and Logan said, "But that's my high, or that's part of my high." And
Mm-hmm.
then the guy was like, "So maybe you need to consider being sober."
Yeah.
And Logan was like,
Yeah. And then Spencer came in talking about sober January. So they're starting the year off. No drugs, no alcohol for the month, and vegan as well.
Yeah. And they said manager Jeff was psyched about that or something.
Yeah.
It's like great.
Which really makes me wonder how much they do actually drink.
Yeah, well, Logan said in yesterday's episode that he's been drinking a lot because like whoever was there was like saying they quit drinking. I don't remember, but yeah, it seemed like Mike is drinking a lot. The whole episode was basically like, how can I be forgiven? And Scott was like, you haven't proven it yet. And
Right.
I am wondering the same thing. Like, I'm wondering if Logan in the public's eye is ever forgiven. What did he have to do to get it? I really don't know. He's like, I did the documentary about suicide.
Here's the thing. It's
donated
tough.
some money.
Here's the thing. It's tough because someone like, PewDiePie, for example, he did like that shit happen with him, and people still fucking hate him no matter what he does. So, and
and the
it's been
thing he did was
years.
a little bit. I don't know. I don't really know if you could say it's better or worse.
It's pretty much in the same. It's in the same ballpark, to put it in sports terms.
Although I feel like PewDiePie's things was a little bit more tame, but it was a different category, so it's hard to say. Like PewDiePie was like, I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that I don't think that people will ever forget. Like, honestly.
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Filming a dead body. I just want to know like all the details of that day. Like if I were to get on the PCast, Logan, I want to know what you were talking about that day, like why you thought it was cool. Like I know that he's gone back over the details of this day in his mind a million times, so I bet you there's so many details that he has to talk about that he hasn't.
Oh, for sure.
About the day of the Suicide Forest, what the decisions to film, so all the little conversations. I want to know that because like that, I just want to. He says like I was going too fast. My head was like I had two friends tell me on separate occasions like you're being really crazy and this is bad. You need to stop.
Like you're spinning out of control, kind of thing. Like, hey, like I'm worried about you, and that's he basically he said on two separate occasions, like within like 2 weeks of that happening or something.
Yeah.
So
in December leading up, so like Suicide Forest happened on January 1st.
Yeah,
it was the last day of 2017. I don't know. It was the first right there on New Year's Day ish. And he said in December, two friends separately, apart from each other, were like, "You are crazy, and you're gonna fuck up so hard you don't even realize it. You never like, yeah." So I just want to know what was going on that day. Like, what were the conversations? Like, I think I know. I can imagine what it might have been like, but I just want to know.
Yeah.
I have never heard any of the details, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to say that it was really just straight up, just going full throttle and like putting something up as fast as you can, like honestly, without thinking at all. Straight up impulsive style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know.
And
We
I
don't need to talk about that, but
yeah. And I just also wonder like what they thought about the guy. Like, well, this is not the guy. This is just his body. He decided to do this. This is a public park. Like, this is just like, I want to know like what, like how they rationalized like that this didn't, like, of course this is shocking because they blurred it a little bit and things like that. But like, why? How did they not think about the guy at all in like his life, and like maybe this isn't something you put online, etc. Like, I don't know.
yeah, I think they're just kind of just young and not thinking about it to be. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. They analyzed the fuck out of this. It was insane, to the point where the producers from Access were telling them to move it along because they were talking about the same thing over and over. But it really just came back to Logan just being like, just saying another small detail about what was going on, and then like saying, why have I not been forgiven, which he kind of came off like a douche.
It's because I mean, it's because it's probably, I mean, it's the hardest thing that's ever happened to him. It weighs on him day and night. I bet he loses tons of sleep over it. Like, he's ready to be done with it, but the guy was basically like, you gotta forgive yourself. The world don't worry about the world anymore. You get like, it's all in your head, and that is true. I mean,
what do you think about Mike's, like, because Mike was really just trying to like pull it back and like,
Mike was really dumb in this one. I wrote down that Mike was like, my man, like he's going.
No one's talking about
the
charities. No one's talking about all the the lives he's changing. And I mean, sure, that's true, but like,
Mike is like, I wrote down, Mike is a dumb yes man and an ego enabler. And then like right after I wrote that down, Logan said, I gotta stop Mike here. I got a little problem with my boy jerking me off.
I was gonna say that too.
So Mike's getting a little too much still.
But yeah, it was and at one point I remember that Logan said like, this is really therapeutic for me, like talking about this with somebody that's like pretty, like very rational and like understands how to talk to people like as like a media like person. And he was super well composed. I mean, I didn't know who the hell he was, but yeah, he did a pretty good job. And yeah, I don't know.
I think at the beginning they said, right now it's difficult for anyone to make mistakes. I'm hoping at one point there's a space to learn from your mistakes. I don't know if that was Logan or him, but I do agree that it does suck that like,
I think he said that.
And I think later in a later episode, he's basically like Spencer. This is like like 2 episodes later. Like Spencer said, like, I have to like let Logan make mistakes and not say anything, and let him make it for himself and not judge him. So I don't know. In general, I think like it's true in the world right now, and in public and on social media. If you make a mistake, you're basically a leper. You're a gangrenous limb, and you need to be cut off societally.
Remember the Gangrene Gang from Powerpuff Girls?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I didn't watch that. But yeah, I do think that the world's a little too cutthroat right now, and I do think in general that we're a little bit too quick to just dismiss people entirely. Like, I do wish that our culture would move from like a culture of like banishment to one of like rehabilitation. And like, that's not only with like people like doing like socially unacceptable things, drugs. Like, there's so many things in our society that we like basically isolate people from our society because we're just like afraid that, oh, they're a glitch in humanity, and we just need to get them away from everyone before that spreads. But it's like, no, Logan is a product of society working correctly. It's not like Logan, sure, he did some bad things, but it's not because he's a bad person. It's because he grew up in this society and was like the society fostered that behavior. So
basically, he's a fucking product of Vine. So
yeah, and a
Vine's to
lot of
blame.
things. A lot of things.
Just kidding.
Nah, but like,
And I blame the Ohio school system personally.
Ohio is he had a lot of Ohio pride these couple episodes. From
He
Ohio,
kind of
he
always
always
does, I
does.
think.
Yeah, I don't know why, but by the way, BTW for the fans, we're from Ohio. We're from like Cleveland area, so
yeah. And yeah, so shout out Ohio, shout out Clee. Both Jake and Logan Paul will be in Cleveland from December 24th to the 26th. So
2 days.
he like posted like where he was going to be. Like him and Jake are going to like New York and somewhere else for Florida, Miami. Well, they're going to Miami, which makes me wonder, side note, on the vlog, are they going to go fucking do something with Will Smith? Do you think Will Smith will do something? Will Smith?
Miami, haha.
Yeah.
He lives there?
Welcome to the city
I didn't
where
know
they
that.
eat his own. Yeah, he lives there. And then in the vlog where he was going, he skydiving or bungee jumping off the bridge to nowhere, which we've
Bridge to
been
nowhere. We've been there.
We
couldn't believe
fucking
it when
beat the Maverick there.
We didn't bungee jump off it, but we did go there.
And we crossed all those streams.
Yeah, they were tough to cross.
Yeah.
Really cold.
Yeah. I bet they're pretty chilly right now this time of year.
For the audience, there was a vlog that just got released today. Today's Saturday. So that was the fucking 5th piece of content we had to consume.
We had to endure.
Nah, I actually loved watching the vlog. I really missed the Logan Paul vlogs.
Yeah.
Like they're really good. The editing's hilarious. Like the great goofs.
Yeah, the one with Spencer jumping off was the funniest.
Yeah.
I freaking lulled at that. I lulled like 4 times during that fucking vlog.
Logan, you don't have to go back to daily vlogs, but just I don't need all the impulsives, honestly. Like,
yeah,
I'd like 1 impulsive a week.
Yeah, I think I would too.
This is too much. 4?
Yeah, fucking crazy.
Like, you guys don't want us to release 4 impulsive postcasts a week. If they do
That's why we're
keep this shit up, yeah, we might pull back to 1 because Logan's not keeping his promise.
Speaking of vlogs, I watched a fucking Jake Paul vlog this morning.
Why?
I don't know. It was there.
No, we said we're Paulologists, but I actually don't check on Jake enough.
It was it was one of the better vlogs I've seen. It was more because it's on to season 2 for Jake. If you didn't know, Jake Paul vlog season 2.
I didn't know that it's season 2 now.
Yeah, and it was pretty tame compared to like other vlogs.
Well, the crazy thing about Jake is I feel like whereas Logan, we've been talking about how Logan's trying to raise his demographic, Jake is pretty happy with his babies and is basically trying to move further into that zone. So they're moving away from each other, at least in my eyes.
Yeah.
Is that true? Seems true to you?
Yeah, I think Jake knows that he can milk it for a longer period of time before he has to do what Logan's doing. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure he will within like a year.
I just noticed also Jake Paul's avatar on his YouTube channel is basically like a toddler.
I saw that.
It's his face like Snapchat filtered into a toddler.
The kid.
It looks like mini Jake Paul.
Yeah. Anyways, we're not here to talk about Jake Paul.
Well, we kind of are.
Well, shout out Team 10.
So
let's transition into the last. Unless you got anything else, let's talk about what we first read.
No, actually, I wanted to just say in that episode, he talked about how his mom got him a camera, and like thanks to his mom for like enabling his YouTube career. But I remember in a previous Jake Paul Draw My Life, Jake said that their dad gave him the camera so that they could watch themselves do football plays and critique themselves to get better at football, and that they repurposed it to do skits. So basically, I want reach out to the Paul brothers. Who gave you the camera and why? Your facts
I
are
would
all messed
say
up.
that I want to say that the football play one sounds more realistic, but maybe mom bought the camera whenever they actually started making like certain types of content.
Okay. And the other thing is, Spencer said maybe we should live our lives as if we're on air all the time, and everybody was like, and I'm like, I don't actually think so, Spencer.
Right.
So like, yeah, that was dumb.
Go make sure you guys listen to my podcast, Zach Show Live. Check out That's All Folks on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yeah. That we did a Zach Show Live this week, and we did I want to do another follow-up episode on That's All Folks about circumcision. We've done a few episodes about circumcision, and there's a new popular Netflix documentary called American Circumcision that got me furious about my foreskin. So check out That's All Folks. We're going to talk about that.
Speaking of foreskin, the next guest they had on was someone who's also from Ohio, who literally when he walked on said, "Shout out Ohio." Sorry, did you have anything else?
About the other dude? No, I don't.
Okay, yeah. So this dude, Howie
Lewis Howes. What? Is that your joke?
No.
Howie Lowe's?
I thought his name was Howie Lowe's.
You switched the L and the H.
I mean, I was close.
Lewis Howes.
Lewis Howes, who is a
former indoor football player, which I didn't know was a thing.
And as well as like he does like extreme sports, I guess. He almost made the Olympics. He didn't actually make the Olympics.
Yeah, he's what I'd say about Lewis Howes is douchebag.
Yeah, I mean, I
freaking hate Lewis Howes, and I hated this episode.
Right. It was very much.
It was the opposite of Access Hollywood, dude. It was the Access Hollywood dude was like, observe yourself, take some time off, et cetera, and this guy was like, get it every day. You got to be doing it.
Yeah, he was very much being like, you're doing it your way. You keep on doing what you're doing, and like, you're gonna make a ton of money. Basically, is what he was saying. Which he's
an entrepreneur. He's a Gary Vaynerchuk, Casey Neistat, like business guru douchebag, a guy who gives you it's a guy who gives advice to other white guys, because for white guys, sorry, but like our only real obstacle is ourselves, which like we're at the top, so like really like it is good advice, but I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, he was very just motivational book guy.
And he said he wanted to rewrite The Secret for the modern era, which if you don't know what The Secret is, it's like if you think it, then it manifests. You just have to believe that you're going to get paid, and then you'll get it.
Speak it into existence.
Yeah.
They said
Spencer's
that a few times.
so into that. It's so annoying. Like Spencer acts like he's such a fucking guru, but this stuff is like mainstream business douche bullshit. Like, get out of here. Get out of your own butt, Spencer.
I mean,
I'm pretty angry this episode.
Yeah, I could tell. You really didn't like. You texted me, "We're pissed," and I was like, guess it didn't really rub me that wrong. That
Lewis
I was
Howes?
just like, yeah. I mean, it was a lot of him complimenting and him kind of being like, you know, I'm like basically like, you know, you doing what you got to do for the most part, and I don't know. I really don't have too much to say about it. But
I thought it was funny that Logan thinks he has a good side of his face. You know what I'm talking about? It's
yeah.
Left
turn
side.
your head to the
Left
turn
side.
your head to the right. Yeah, the left side is better. Yeah.
I've never really even considered that.
Yeah. Well, he said that's because his hair parts to the other side, so he wants his part. Yeah.
He wouldn't let this guy release a video of him because his bad side was facing the camera the whole time, which is just like, that was like an Ariana Grande thing. Like she had a good side and would never be filmed from any other side. It's crazy. I guess people do that, whatever. You know, it's just like Logan acts like he's such like a man, doesn't give a fuck about anything. But then on the other hand, he's like so controlling and like what I would consider feminine about a lot of other things.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely very conscious of his looks, and he's definitely, yeah. Which, I mean, I can relate. So
he was talking about Maverick in this episode. He said Mavericks are different, but you have to find like-minded Mavericks. So it's like I kept thinking of this all the whole time, which is like the idea of a Maverick and a person who's doing it different is basically like the entrepreneur, you know, like the lone wolf. And that sort of mentality is like really not jiving with 2018 and everything, where you need to like work together and consider everyone else's feelings. So he's really trying to like pivot this like sort of classic lone wolf Maverick brand into something that seems okay with being empathetic and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Which is annoying. Just drop it. Make up a new word. Make up a new phrase. It's not working.
Yeah. RNBO. Rise up and be original. Jake Paul. Speaking of lone wolf, Farrah Abraham.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else to say about that one either. Other than Lewis Howes, fuck you. You suck. And actually, to follow that up, Farrah Abraham, fuck you, you suck.
Fuck you too. Yeah, she was a dumb bitch.
She was a Stacey.
I don't even know if I would call her Stacey, but like she made, yeah, you know, I guess she was, but
she's a Stacey.
My fucking analysis, my 2 cents for her.
Farrah Abraham was on Teen Mom, the MTV show Teen Mom, and is now like a general reality show star, Kardashian-esque person. And she looks like she bought her face from Kim Kardashian's plastic surgeon.
And you know, I think that she probably did. I think that she probably did. But yeah, she grew up in the Teen Mom era and made a ton of money on being fucking dramatic as hell, and she still is just, that's, to me, she's 27, but I think she's fucking got like the maturity of like an 18-year-old.
It's crazy because she's a mom.
That's my 2 cents, and you can take it.
Yeah, I didn't even take very many notes on this one because I just was like,
right, yeah. They were trying to pull up clips, and she was saying, "Don't pull up the clip," and like, I mean, I get it, you know what I mean, but like, you're on the fucking podcast, like, don't be like, don't be like closed-minded like that. It made for a lot of awkward like exchanges, and like you could tell the boys were like a little bit like, okay, like just
like the thing I just
going back to the lone wolf thing. She said that she considered herself a lone wolf and has no friends.
No, I have no friends and I'm happy about it. Like, I don't need anyone. She takes most
pride in that, which was, I mean, would be funny if it wasn't true.
Yeah, and I just hate like that she kept going back to like, I'm a Gemini, so
I was thinking about that too.
That means I can be a bitch, and it's like the stars are doing it to me. It's not even my fault.
I'm fiery. Like, talk to other Geminis. Like, they're fiery too.
Yeah, like I just in general hate astrology.
Can I just say something really quick?
Yeah.
It's Capricorn season, bitches.
Like, I just hate that. Like, I really do feel like she thinks that her star sign gives her permission to be a bitch. Like, I don't even call anybody a bitch ever.
Mm-hmm.
But you just know that she is. She basically said she was.
Right. I feel
she's
her daughter.
Kind of proud of it.
Her daughter is going to be a real fucking handful.
Oof. Yeah.
The youth of the nation, am I right? We are. POD said it best.
I hate Farrah Abraham. Yeah,
she was terrible. I don't. There's nothing else to say about her.
It wasn't even an interesting episode, other than like,
Yeah, a funny thing about her being on was that we on Thursdays we usually watch a little bit of garbage MTV, and we just started the new X on the Beach MTV, and she was
Oh,
fucking on it, and then
yeah.
like I literally watched it yesterday, and I'm like, wow, she's a fucking mega bitch, and then I realized that she was on the podcast, and I was like, wow, okay. And she did even say like, yeah, I'm so over like reality TV. Like,
Yeah, I like how she said that like editors of reality TV are like
bullies.
yeah, bullies, or she said like it's like assault or something like that. Like,
Right.
and it's true. I mean, it is true.
Yeah.
Reality
Oh, yeah.
shows are like they're 100% created by the editor to be the most dramatic thing. But it seems like she's giving them a lot of good material to work with.
Yeah. Speaking
At the
of
end
good
of the
material,
at the end of the ep, they said they were going to go play video games, stream video games, and they said not on Twitch because of I just want to bring up that it seems like there's some sort of like thing that happened with Twitch that they don't want to use it anymore.
Did they get kicked off Twitch?
We don't know.
They had to go play on YouTube, like
gaming. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but yeah.
So that was a whirlwind. Those are the four impulses, and then we got a new vlog today where they went bungee jumping at the bridge to nowhere and challenged Will Smith to do something.
Yeah, I think that might have been a joke because they said anyways, guys, go ahead and subscribe to the podcast, listen to it wherever you like, check out our other podcasts, follow me on Instagram at justzacker. Let me know what kind of content you would like. If you'd like to be on the show, let us know. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, if you have any opinions, and if Logan, Mike, or Spencer's watching, let us on the show. I bet we would change your brand around. We would get into the gully works of the Maverick machine.
We'll get into the gullet.
I honestly think I would have a blast just like hanging out with Logan and pretty much just grilling him. And also, like, I feel like I would love making vlogs with him. Yeah. I think we could make not only the most meaningful vlog he's ever done, but the funniest vlog.
I think so too. I think that we could definitely do that. I'm gonna start slipping into Mike's DMs. I think that's the way to maybe make it.
I think so too.
Yeah, and I know he's checking them because he's trying to like just fuck girls off of that. And
hello, Mike. I'm Zach, a representative of the most popular fan podcast.
I had a fucking revelation just now.
Huh.
I dress up as a woman, DM Mike to try to be like, hey, like, let's go party in LA, and then I tried to go back to the house.
Mike, my vulva is dripping clam juice. I've got a whole pot of chowder in my underwear. I know you're from New England, so isn't he? He's from
Connecticut. Yeah, I was actually gonna make a fucking New England joke, and I wasn't sure if that was like, is that part of New England, Connecticut?
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, it's.
If you guys know if Connecticut's part of New England, give us a rating in the iTunes store and give us a like and subscribe.
Fucking smash that subscribe button.
Turn on the bell so you know when we posted a new episode. We'll probably be back next Saturday. Like, it's Christmas. They said they're going to release some episodes this week. They're like pre-recorded. And also,
I think that one was pre-recorded because they referenced Brandon Schaub.
Yeah. So yeah, the one from yesterday was, and they will going forward. And also, maybe by next week we might get the Flat Earth doc.
I think so. Probably that's in the new year, maybe, or like after Christmas. Like, I mean, that's the time when you're gonna get a ton of views, like Christmas Day or like after Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be watching the Flat Earth doc
for sure.
I'm excited about that. The scene I keep thinking, it must be good. I mean, they hype everything. They talk about their merch changing your life, so who knows what the reality of this fucking doc is, but
Oh, side note,
huh.
I followed Spencer, Film Dispenser on Instagram. Apparently he like makes music and he's got like a rap song out, which I could not believe.
Did you listen to it?
I like watched part of the video. Fucking
Oh, he has a music video for it.
yeah, and what's her name's in it? Logan's first assistant, Ayla's in it.
Oh,
Looking like a fucking snack.
Ayla's crazy. She's basically like a Barbie doll because she's
She
small.
really is. She is like
She's like a my size
crazy body and like is very sexy, but like I'm like not even attracted to her. Like I've been following her for a while, and I'm like I don't. You look really fake.
Her curves are almost so perfect. It's like she was engineered by like Lamborghini.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like shout out Ayla.
Yeah, I mean she's working on her body.
All right. Well, let's probably wrap it up.
And like speaking of people who look exactly like the Kardashians.
True.
How did a whole generation of girls like make their bodies and faces look like the Kardashians? It's a lot of work, it seems like.
I don't know.
Well, what's the male Kardashians? What are we trying to look like? Jake Gyllenhaal?
I mean, I guess
with these beards, with the scruff.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not really going for anyone in particular.
Yeah,
but I'm going for like a Matt Graham kind of.
Shout out to Dude You're Screwed on Amazon Prime Video.
Matt
you guys aren't
Graham,
watching that.
Fucking love your ass.
All right, that's the end of the episode. You think I'm gonna flash this? Shout out to Myrtle Beach. Yeah. Anything else?
No, that's about it. One thing I do just want to sign off with. We'll see you on the next one. Take it easy, fam. Peace.
Bye. Bum, bum.